Hello and welcome to Zeropoint Energy, with a 0 point what we talk about in just as much energy. I'm Sean.
And this is Jorge.
And tonight we are talking about probably the only Hanukkah movie, at least the only good one.
As far as we know.
The 2002 Adam Sandler greatness that is 8 Crazy Nights.
Yes, 8 Crazy Nights, Hanukkah. The Festival of Lights.
Not to be confused with the Festivus lights.
Okay, fine. We're going to go full Jewish on this.
It's Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes, it is. In all seriousness, I forgot his name. God, Ben Stiller?
Seinfeld.
Yes, but the guy, the actor.
No, it's Ben Stiller's father.
Okay, Ben Stiller's father, though.
Shit, I forget. Jerry Stiller. Jerry.
You're probably right.
Probably. Hooah.
That man was funny as hell on Seinfeld and King of Queens.
Did he die?
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. Hold on.
Really? I feel like he's still alive. Oh yeah, he died in 2020.
Like I said, I will miss that man.
Yep. I mean, he was in his 90s, so it makes sense that he died.
Agreed.
He's one of the good old people. He knew when to die.
God damn, that was dark.
Okay, so back to the funny bits. 8 Crazy Nights is a musical. It's the second musical we've covered now.
That you actually like, and it does not count against the musicals I'm allowed to do.
True, this one was my choice.
This beautiful musical was written by Brooks Arthur, Alan Covert, Brad Isaacs, and Adam Sandler. Who actually had the idea, who knows. But production money put up front by Adam Sandler, Alan Covert, and I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna try. Jack Giaraputo.
I love the old-timey radio voice that you're putting on for this entire thing.
It's the only way this mic is connecting my goddamn voice.
Hell.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna see. No, shit. Even my normal voice sounds like that. What the fuck? I'm just being loud.
Loud is good. Project into the mic. You're finally doing the thing I've been telling you to do. Speak the fuck up.
Yes, but apparently I sound like an Atlantic-voiced person from the 30s. And now, back to the news. No.
Back to the talkies.
Okay. 8 Crazy Nights. One of my favorite movies. Unfortunately, it didn't get a lot of money back in the day.
I mean, it did okay in the box office.
It only made about $10 million more than it cost to produce. Also,
actually, it made $10 million less than it cost to produce.
Oh, fuck.
It made 23.8. It cost 34 to make.
Okay, even worse. But at the same time, since then it's gotten cult status.
Because, again, it's like the only good Hanukkah movie, or at least the only one that most people know about.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I mean, I'm only Jewish on my dad's side. No, wait, my mother's side, Sephardic. And, yeah, I'm Catholic, so I don't know shit.
Yeah, I mean, even its blurb on Wikipedia is, the film is animated in the style of television holiday specials, and unlike most mainstream holiday films, centers on Jewish characters during the Hanukkah season, as opposed to the Christian celebration of Christmas. I legit think this might be one of the only specifically Hanukkah movies. I think other movies just happen to mention Hanukkah in it.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
this is a Hanukkah movie that mentions Christmas. I think most other movies that have Hanukkah in it are Christmas movies that mention Hanukkah. I'm not positive on that. I'm not a genius. Well, I am, but I don't know much about anything. I just know a lot about everything.
In fact, this weekend, I figured out that my friend Sean might be Cleo. If any of you understand what that means, I'll give you his address later. Just put your information down below. We'll talk.
Maybe.
No, in all seriousness, this movie is actually a lot of fun. Yes, it's a lot of crass humor and the such, but
I mean, everybody loves reindeer shit-eating grins. Literally.
Don't remind me, oi.
I love how they even fourth wall break it with the narrator, like, yeah. That was kind of weird. Let's not see that again.
And yet it happens once more. Seriously, this movie just loves the toilet humor. Which makes sense. I mean, it came out when I was like 12, and apparently it was made for people in that age range. You know, when you're just getting your bat mitzvah, bar mitzvah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
One thing I absolutely adore about this movie is the product placement. You have an entire scene at the mall, which is one of our characters, Whitey Duvall's favorite place, and he literally goes through a bunch of different stores talking about what they got. We'll probably put a clip of it or something like that in the description showing you where it is, and it's the best, honestly, like, most incredible bit of product placement I've ever seen.
Yes, and then of course they have to mention so is that a bit you've been rehearsing, or do you normally rhyme like that? Yeah, that was kind of weird, wasn't it?
Also, that was Shaun. Yes, he can do amazing high-pitched voices. I used to be able to voice Whitey, but now my balls dropped way too low.
That way.
Okay. We got some amazing voice talent in this movie. We have, obviously, Adam Sandler and one of his best friends, never far behind, Rob Schneider.
Yeah, we also have, who at the time of filming this movie, his future wife, Jackie Satone, who's now known as Jackie Sadler.
Then we also have Kevin Nealon as the mayor, Norm Crosby as the judge, John Lovitz as Tom Balthazar, Tyra Banks as the Victoria's Secret gown. There's more of that product placement I was talking about.
The Sprouse twins as the KB Toys Toy Soldiers.
Blake Clark, who you probably remember from a lot of different roles. Honestly, the man's got a gruff voice and an amazing comic timing. Blake Clark.
Yep. And we have the singing voice of the character Jennifer, Jennifer is played for speaking roles by Jackie Sandler. But her singing voice for the two songs that she sings is Alison Krauss, who, if you're a fan of bluegrass music, you'll know her. But if you're just a big fan of the Grammy Awards, you'll definitely know who this is, because she is the woman who has won the most Grammys in history for a solo female artist, and is currently tied in second place with Quincy Jones for most Grammys ever won in the history of the awards at 37.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, her music sucks, because who likes bluegrass?
Motherfucker, you do.
True.
I was gonna say, the fuck are you trying to do? You don't like country, but you like bluegrass, which is basically country.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Probably not, but for this instance, I'm gonna say it is.
One is about fucking sheep. One is about getting fucked by sheep. There's your difference.
Okay, why do you gotta bring the Welsh into this?
Because Pinky Pop.
Okay, I'm done.
No, it's a fun movie. Like, I get why it bombed in the box office. Like, it has a PG-13 rating, but it really pushes that line. Like, I would not be surprised if this had actually had the R.
Yeah, it's also got a weird timing to it. I mean, not inside the movie, but I mean just in general. It's only 76 minutes long. It feels a little longer than it is, though, and not in a bad way.
Yeah, like, sometimes it feels long, sometimes it feels short. Like, if you're thinking in terms of the actual story of the movie, it moved at a lightning pace. Like, it's just scene after scene after scene, like where it is. Okay, we're talking about this now, and now we're here, and we're talking about this now, and now we're here. Now we're talking about this now, and now we're here. It's just go, 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 go. You know, like it's not quite as bad as Mad Max Fury Road. Because Fury Road, it's got that go, go, go right from the jump. It's got that slow crawl at the beginning, but then once that first chase starts, it's a continuous chase from start to finish, and it's go, 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 go. There's a sense of urgency, but it still feels like a 2-hour movie. This movie's a little over an hour. It's an hour and a quarter long, and it feels sometimes like 45 minutes.
Sometimes, I don't know. For me, it feels a little longer than it actually is, because I think the pacing in this is actually pretty good. I didn't think it was too slow or too fast. Yes, they move fast on a couple things, but at the same time, they take the time to do little songs and stuff. The only time they kind of cut it off is when Whitey's singing.
Yeah, I think that's because Sandler's having a hard time doing his voice plus his own. Like, you figure he was bouncing back and forth between a production role and then him voicing his own character with his own speaking voice, him voicing Whitey with that affected high voice, him voicing Regina?
Eleanor.
I don't know why I thought Regina for a second, but him voicing Eleanor with her mix of Whitey's voice and his own voice.
Yeah, it was a little weird, I'll admit, yeah.
So doing all of those, so I could see why they like kind of clip some of the Whitey songs and why they clip when Eleanor's singing, because he probably was having a hard time holding that voice for that long. Because this is the first, this movie is the first time Sandler had done voice work, other than your normal like ADR stuff that happens in every movie where they have to go back and re-record lines.
I got you, yeah.
Like, this is the first time he specifically did voiceover for animation.
Speaking of, one of the complete songs for Whitey and Eleanor is Technical Foul, one of my absolute favorite songs in this movie.
Yes, and the favorite part, almost everybody's, if you've seen this movie, is when they're singing about, what if I give a sugar cookie to Miss Diabetes? Not only is that a technical foul, it might be a homicide.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the other part in the song that's kind of like, what about walking around with my morning erection? And he's like, that's a technical foul.
But I want to see it anyway.
Which is Eleanor, and yeah, no. Like, okay, she's a nice lady, but not the best looking, if you know what I mean.
Hey, lady. Oh, that was the wrong voice.
I was gonna say.
My Jerry Lewis turned into Fat Albert.
Like you have taken to saying before when I suggest certain movies. We're not melanated enough to do that.
I'm fat enough, though. And, you know, when you're making fun of anything that Bill Cosby has done, you don't need the melanin anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I do a decent Fat Albert. Okay, you got a little bit better than me.
Yep.
It happens. There's some things that Jorge's better than me at.
Like driving.
No.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
No.
Search your feelings. You know it's true.
Yeah, no. See, to be better than me, you have to have as much experience as me.
Dreams count. I have more experience. I've lived 50,000 lifetimes every time I fall asleep. It sucks.
And you've had so many important conversations with me that I was never a part of, because you were usually sleeping next to me in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, you in the passenger seat, I'm driving, you're asleep. I told you about that. No, you didn't. You were asleep for the last 2 hours.
To be fair, okay? It only happens when I'm asleep.
Which is most of the time I've known you.
Lies! All lies and libel! Slander, I say! Okay, I'm actually liking this.
Keep it up. We now have a new persona for Zeropoint Jorge.
Oh, God.
You see, now you can actually be George.
Oh, hell no! No! Nobody wants to be George Costanza. No!
That's your George voice from now on.
Lord, help me, no.
Atlantic newsreel reporter. That's George.
Excuse us while I kill my co-host. Hold on. No.
It's not my fault.
George Costanza my ass.
I did not say George. I just said your George voice or your white voice.
That's not my white voice. My white voice is... Hello, how can I help you? What do you mean,
I kind of like when you do the Billy Zane voice.
God damn it, that one's hard to do now.
You can't do the blank neutral American.
Hi, my name is Billy Zane.
Yeah, there you go.
It's annoying, though.
Because there's no emotion in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is kind of an emotionless robot. We should do Billy Zane movies. Like The Phantom.
That one's an awesome movie. Also, he actually emotes in that one.
I know, which is weird, because he doesn't emote in any of his other fucking movies.
That's not... Okay, yeah.
Him going down on the Titanic was like fucking Data going down on the Enterprise.
Data had emotion then.
Not the first time, I'm talking about the second time. Remember, they blew up 2 of them in the movies.
Yes, but he only died once.
Yeah, but they blew up 2 of them.
Still.
And the second time he died, he had no emotion.
He had emotion.
No, he had real skin.
Whatever, he had emotion. He also... What's it called? Whatever ended up happening to Lore? No, not Lore. Not that Lore. The other Lore. No. What the fuck was that one called? It was like a less advanced Data.
I don't know, but he just became Data.
That's not canon, I don't think. I think it's like beta canon, but not alpha.
Yeah, well, see, that's kind of the problem because of the fact that Data is in season 3 of Picard. They kind of ruined the fact that Data died in the movies.
No spoilers, I haven't seen it yet.
That's not really... It's in all the trailers.
I didn't know that.
What, that Data's in it?
Yes.
Like, I know it's not it can't be a spoiler. It's been a fucking year. Like, you've seen...
It's been a year. It hasn't been 5. The rule is 5 years.
You've seen all the meme videos of, like, the Enterprise just basically trench running a Borg cube, right?
No.
I've sent you that video once or twice or 5 times.
Just like you don't watch all my videos, I don't watch yours.
Dude, there's some awesome ones. Someone set it to the song Hero.
Which one?
The Bonnie... Right? Where's the... Don't be a hero.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, that's Bonnie. Wait.
I forget the name of the singer on that one.
Look it up.
All I know is
Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler. I knew Bonnie was in the name, but yeah, someone did the Enterprise D that Data and Geordi had worked to recreate perfectly by going through all of the scrapped Galaxy class ships and finding all the bits and pieces that make them the Enterprise. Like, they found the carpeting, like it's a weird plot point of he did it as close to original as possible without using replicators. That's what Geordi had been doing for the 27 years since the end of fucking Next Gen. He hand rebuilt the fucking Enterprise D.
I know for a fact he was still in Starfleet for a while.
Yeah, but that was his passion project. That was the thing he did. He fucking rebuilt the D.
Well, everybody has to have a D.
And then the original bridge crew fucking trench run the Borg hypercube.
You can't trench run a hypercube. That's not how physics works.
Yeah, you should see those videos, man. It's fucking zooming through, all doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like, honestly, what it really looks like is somebody took footage from DS9 of the Defiant when it did the run on DS9 to when they took it back from the Dominion, where it's just kind of diving through the fleets and going around all the pylons and shit, and then just cut out the Defiant, put the Enterprise model on that animation, and then just put it with a Borg cube in the background. Because it's doing the barrel rolls and everything.
Alright, back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Something to mention, since we mentioned already the product placement. Literally, none of the logos, none of anything was apparently used with permission. None of it.
No. They ripped them off hard.
Like, even Pepsi, goddamn.
But hey, they didn't get sued. I mean, they did, but they won.
How?
A bunch of Jewish actors with a bunch of Jewish lawyers walk into a courtroom.
That shouldn't be funny as it is, but it is. Which sucks. Goddamn.
20 Jews walk into a courtroom. Case dismissed.
Ay. God damn it.
Oh, yeah. By the way, most of them are rich white Jews, too.
Moving on. Fuck, where was I? Fuck.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
No rainbows.
Way off.
No rainbows. It's too late in July. No, July. It's too late in December for that.
I mean, I could get the ukulele. I can almost get as high. It's coming. I will never remember how to pronounce his last name.
Out of respect, I'm looking it up.
If you get it, it's amazing. Because, like, yeah. It's one of the many Hawaiian names that has Kamehameha in the middle of it.
It's not Kamehameha. Goddamn. Okay. It's Israel Kamakawiwole.
Kamehameha. Okay, got it.
Kamakawiwole.
Kamehameha.
You know what? Fuck it.
Kamehameha.
God damn it, Cuckoo! No.
I know, they sue hard. Fucking Sony.
Fuck it. Okay, back to the movie. We have Adam Sandler as David Stone, a alcoholic, jobless, Jewish gentleman who literally spends his time committing crimes, petty crimes for the most part.
He's the town asshole. Like,
Yeah.
most towns have a town drunk. Most have a town idiot. Most have, the sheriff and, the local hot girl. He's the town idiot, town asshole, town drunk, all in one.
Also, for a drunk, he's very high functioning, considering the maneuvers he pulls off at the beginning of the movie.
True. He's a very high functioning alcoholic.
He reminds me of young me. Not young me as in me as a person. I mean young me the actor. If anybody remembers that joke, laugh.
I should not know that.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Specifically about this movie, yes, it has the redemption arc of a lot of Christmas movies, but at the same time, it actually explores the background and the life of the,
Well, realistically, the redemption arc doesn't technically exist in this movie. That's the thing. Like, the entire redemption arc is he feels sad, so he breaks into the mall.
Yes, but he was redeemed by capitalism. That's the whole point. He entered the temple of consumerism and came out a shopper.
So, he was a Jew during Hanukkah?
Okay, I was making.
He went to the ball and he bought a bunch of gifts.
I was making a completely different joke there, but no, somebody wants to go back to bashing on Jews. Jesus Christ! Actually, no, bashing on Jews. I can't say Jesus Christ.
I mean, you can. He was the original bashed on Jew.
Moving on. You know what? I'm just gonna say, oi. Just oi.
Remember, if the Romans hadn't bashed on him, well, he wouldn't have died for your sins.
For once, I'm not getting religious, but he is. God, help me.
Again, if he had to have been bashed by the Romans, he couldn't.
Moving on. Okay, next week, we're going to do Nefarious just to shut his ass up.
I mean, we could do Passion.
Lord, help me and keep me all the days of my life. Jesus.
No, it's actually played by Jim.
Moving on.
Come on, it's old JC himself, Jim Caviezel.
I would walk out, but then I would be letting him continue the podcast on his own, and God knows that is not a good thing.
You know, I think the people want to hear that. Could you imagine me without you reining me in at all?
Honestly, I've had a dream like that. Literally, it devolves into you reading Mein Kampf in angry German.
You know, my German's kind of rusty. I might do it in Spanish. Because the language I hate the most is the one I'm best at, which is, it sucks.
Let's hear it then.
No.
Go for it.
No.
Open forum.
No.
Go for it.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Coward.
You're just mad because we didn't have the mics recording when I was singing along with the Spanish songs while we were on the road trip.
Back to the movie. Okay, we have Whitey Duvall going into court, interceding on behalf of Davy Stone, saying he's there for the case currently under adjudication to try to get him some help. He remembers the boy he was and wants to get him some redemption on the court.
Yep. That's all accurate.
He's scaring me. He didn't
for
have a
once, I'm
response.
letting you talk instead of me just taking over and just ranting and raving and talking the entire time.
Hallelujah! He's giving me a chance. Fuck!
Do you not like when I give you chances to do things?
You know what? Fine. Let's do this. Then
do
David,
this. Skoden.
for somebody who doesn't like Letterkenny, you quote it a lot.
I'm Native American, and Studis and Skoden have been around long before Letterkenny.
Fine. Long live the res. In a good way, not a bad way.
There's no good way. They took our land. I took our land.
Now you're using a white people phrase. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Okay, we got Whitey Duvall helping out Adam Sandler's character.
I like how, so far for this entire podcast, anytime I start going about race or religion, you restart with focusing on Whitey.
Okay, you know what? That's actually pretty funny. You're right.
Oh, by the way, in this movie, there are no people of color other than the Chinese guy.
And that's very leaning into Asian stereotypes because Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
He's also the narrator to this movie, and he actually does a decent job as the narrator.
He does. Like if he did the narrator voice, I would listen to him do an audiobook. Unfortunately, he has a tendency to default to Deuce Bigelow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Now, specifically, after meeting up with Stone, they go to the first game that he gets to referee. And he proceeds to completely shit, not literally, but completely shit all over it because he tells him.
I mean, that's what the reindeer are for?
Yes, there's a scene near the end of the movie where they're laughing at the mayor's joke, and then the reindeer literally shit themselves all over the place.
Yeah.
Aye. Let me put it this way. If you're lactose intolerant, you eat too much cheese, you know exactly what happened. Anyways, Davy proceeds to watch somebody trip trip a kid who's dribbling down the court, and then he says, well, Whitey says, "You're not gonna call that?" I can't do it. You do it.
Where's the whistle, ref?
That's it. Then he says, all right, you know what? Blows a whistle. He says, technical foul on you because you're not wearing a bra. If you're going to keep dribbling and then moving your giblets all over the place, you got to have a bra next time you're on the court.
Technical foul on that kid for eating everything in sight. You aren't allowed on my court until you wear a bra. And then he starts crying, and then goes, "Hey, Whitey, oh, it's okay. You have fantastic breasts."
He says boobs, not breasts.
Does he say boobs? I thought he said breasts.
He said boobs. You have nice boobs.
Either way, he goes, "You have fantastic boobs." Does he say boobs or boobies?
Boobs.
Boobs? You have fantastic boobs. That's just the perfect thing for an old white man to say to a 12-year-old boy.
Who's fat and obviously has man tits. Unfortunately.
Yeah, he was well endowed with the moobs.
Now, later on in the movie, when we actually take Davy to the mall, which Whitey calls his office for some reason, he tells him all about all the brands and everything literally going into his poem. Then we get a long view of Victoria's Secret, and then inside of Victoria's Secret, we see that same kid with a bra and the
store clerk goes, "Wait, aren't you a boy?"
And he proceeds to cry and leave. Yes.
Yeah. He was embarrassed by his movies.
I'd be embarrassed by that bra. Jesus Christ.
That was pretty in pink.
You could look pretty in pink. Me, with everybody else with the balls, is going to say, go straight black. At least it's somewhat manly.
It takes a man who's very comfortable with himself to wear pink. So if anything,
as
it was
underwear. Okay, outerwear, I'll give you. Takes a man very comfortable with himself to wear pink. Completely agree. But as underwear, brah.
I'm just saying that it takes some self-confidence to put on a neon pink fucking bra, because you're gonna see it through most things he wears.
Which is why you get a darker tone.
No, it's why you get a lighter tone, because you gotta match that pale-ass Jew skin of his.
The kid didn't even play for the Jewish community.
Yes, he did.
No, he played for, what's his name?
No, he played on Ben's team.
I swear you're lying.
No, he's part of the Rec Center's team.
Fine. Okay, I thought he was part of the Episcopal team.
No.
Also, later on in the movie, another joke. We get a... Oh, wait. I'm going...
The Episcopal team is the team that tripped him.
Okay, fine.
They're the asshats who are winning. Because, that's another theme for kids' movies and basketball. Like, I've seen a lot of, basketball movies about kids playing basketball where it's Jewish kids at a rec center and they suck at basketball.
Name these, please.
I said I've seen them. I didn't say I paid that kind of attention to them, but I could probably look up a couple of them.
Meanwhile, I'll continue. From there, we get Whitey sitting down with Stone, and he's telling him about how you gotta meet me halfway here. Come on, I went out on a limb for you. Help me out. We're doing this to help you out. Learn a little bit. Get some new mojo, as it were. He says, yeah, no. Then we have...
Okay, so I found one. It's a Disney movie called Full Court Miracle.
Okay.
It came out a year after this movie.
Disney stole a plot line? Oh my god! Well,
really. Well, this one's also based on true events.
That doesn't make it better.
I mean, it doesn't.
Alright. We have Jennifer coming in, giving Whitey some diabetic-friendly, sugar-free donuts. And then he proceeds to look inside and see, did I get something special? And he did. A Bavarian cream filled.
Which, realistically, a sugar-free Bavarian cream sounds disgusting.
I don't disagree, but I dislike cream filled in general.
Yeah, but Bavarian cream, it's an egg custard, so it's egg, fat, and sugar.
Sounds like flan.
Basically. Now, take all the sugar out of that. So now it's just eggs and milk beaten until it's creamy.
There's a dirty joke in there. I'm not going to define with a response, but moving on.
I'm just saying, does that sound like it would taste good?
And a
Because
pastry, no.
I mean, if you add vinegar to that, or just soybeans in general, it's mayonnaise.
Moving on. Okay, so, specifically though, the one thing I want to highlight about Whitey is he says hubba bubba. This movie takes place in Duxbury, a fictional town in Connecticut. And he says stuff that basically sound New Yorker in nature. When the hell in his career did he ever go to New York?
I have no idea.
Like, he even later on, when the guy who stole his sister Eleanor's wig says, "What can we do for you, bub?" Like, obviously in a high voice, but you get the idea.
Maybe Whitey's seen a lot of movies.
You know what? That might explain my voice right now.
I mean, did you see that mustache and fro he had in the 70s?
Yeah, he was looking fly.
Super fly for a white guy. Yay, you got where I was going with it. The Offspring are such an underappreciated band.
For a reason, but moving on.
What reason?
They could have gone with such a much cooler name. Spawn.
Offspring word. Although, I'll admit, every time I see any of their music videos, every time I see the lead singer, I always think, when did Christopher Titus start a band?
Yes, that's all I'm going to say. Yes, you're right.
I make me laugh sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Mostly because you don't.
Lies, slander, libel.
It's only a lie if it's not true.
There are many ways to lie and you know it, so shut the hell up.
Like a rug is one. Like a politician is the other. I lie like a politician that's shaped like a rug.
A bear rug, maybe.
That is to say, I lie like a Republican.
Moving on. He means he lies with strippers and prostitutes.
No, I'm poor.
That's why he can't afford them, so he just lies with them.
Exactly.
50 cents and you can just sleep on the bed.
50 cents, man. 50 cents, I'll sleep on the bed. You can have the floor. The floor is the more comfortable option here.
That's you, not me. When? Oh, jeez, no.
Get down on the floor. You know you want to.
Nope, I'd rather let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the... No, I won't yell on you people.
Or in my ears, thank you.
Yes. I mean, I might yell in Jorge's ears. Floor. Moist.
Moving on. So, we have Davey making the one team forfeit to the other team because of the big fat dude, unfortunately. Then, the mall, we have the entire interaction with the donuts. And we see something treasured from my childhood. A Game Boy Advance. The lovely, lovely technology of back in the day.
I don't know. Never had one.
Use an emulator.
Nope. Don't like handhelds.
It's not handheld if it's on an emulator.
Yeah. Handheld games are also some of the worst.
Bite your goddamn tongue.
My best example, which is a great example, by the way, because it was designed for a handheld that has the same controller layout as the console it was meant for. And they somehow fucked it up. And I'm talking about Metal Gear on the Vita. What was that? Peace Walker? Metal Gear Peace Walker? Like,
that was
how
on
the
PSP.
fuck? It's PSP. Either way, PSP still had the same fucking controls as a PS2 controller. And somehow they decided, hey, let's map all the buttons completely differently. So then, when they release an anniversary edition, a remastered edition that you can play on consoles, you have to use the Vita control scheme. The PSP control scheme. And it's like, cool. So up to this point, I've played 3 other games that have all had the exact same controller layout. And then this one has a completely different layout. And then I'm going to get used to this controller layout because, Metal Gear games take 30, 40, 90 hours to beat sometimes because they're home of the 5-hour cutscene. And the next game has the old control layout again. So now you have to relearn the controls all the fuck over again.
I have 3 words for you, specifically on the DS. Mario Superstar Saga.
Nintendo, stop rehashing the same game over and over and over and over and over. Like, how many fucking different versions of Majora's Mask do we need?
Fuck?
There are 5 different versions of fucking Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
I'm waiting.
Like, why are there 5 different versions? Why is the original console release, then the Game Boy release, then the DS release, then the GameCube release, because that was originally a 64 game, and then you have the Wii release, then the Wii U release, then the Switch release, and then the DS Lite and the DS Max, they each had one. Oh yeah, and don't forget the DS 3D. So there are 8 different fucking versions of the same goddamn game that dumbass Nintendo fans pay $80 a pop for because it looks prettier than the one that came out last year.
Okay, I thought you meant multiple games that literally had the same story, same mechanics, something along those lines. I didn't know you meant the exact same copy.
It's the exact same game. People pay for it. It's like buying iPhones. The screen looks a little bit better now. Yeah, but there are other phones that are already better. Or for the terms of Nintendo, there are better games. There are better consoles. Like, at this point, the only advantage Nintendo has, period, and it's the advantage they've had since the fucking GameCube, is that they're cheaper.
They've had it since approximately since N64.
No, N64 and PlayStation were the same price.
I was able to buy mine for
and the Dreamcast
150.
was also the same price. So all the major consoles were all the same price until GameCube came out. GameCube was cheaper than a PS2.
All I know is Nintendo's usually the most economic one, and it's been economic, at least in my family, since at least...
Yeah, and they're economic because they don't have to pay any developers to make games for them because they just, fuck it, release the same game we put out 4 years ago. People will buy it. Oh, hey, you know that game that we put out 20 years ago? Release it again. Should we make updates to it? No. Just put it on the new console as is. Just copy the data from the hard drive and put it right on a disc. People will buy it. Now it's in terms of the fucking Switch. Put it on an SD card. Which, by the way, these games used to be technical marvels that they fit in the cartridges that could like barely contain them on the N64 days. Now they take up a tiny amount of an SD card that I can go buy for $5 from Micro Center, but let's pay $90 for it.
They've usually been the economic option for my family, at least since N64. I was about to say 1964. Goddamn. Anyways, specifically.
They're only economic if you're buying one version of one game.
Agreed. Now, that's what I was going to say besides that. Specifically, you own games, physically speaking, but you don't own them really when you buy digital. If you buy digital, they will keep re-releasing older games, just worked a little bit to work on new consoles, in order for you to keep buying them and keep playing them.
They're doing that with physical ones now, too.
They've been doing it before, you're right. But I'm saying specifically, you will lose the chance because you don't have the physical copy anymore. You won't be able to re-download that data.
Yeah, but they're literally doing the same thing with physical copies now. Like games like Cyberpunk. You buy the disc, you're not buying the game. The disc is just the license to access the online data.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like how you said before with the DS and all the versions of Majora's Mask. I thought you meant that.
Yeah, like for those, that's one of those things where it makes sense to keep buying the physical media, even though like you could just take care of the older one. 'Cause I still have NES games that work fucking fine. No, they're some of them are pushing 40.
Okay, yeah, some of them still work pretty well, but you still gotta replace that CMOS battery. Like, what is it, every 3 to 5 years?
7 to 10. I mean, that's a gap
Okay.
I've gone with, and it's worked fine. I mean, it is a bitch with the fact that you have less than 2 seconds to swap battery.
When I was a kid, I had to do that with my little brother, and we literally had... One of us had the... What do you call it? The little pin thing that you pull back to pull out the battery. Like, I was ready to pull it out, because Juan was faster to put them in, and then put it back in.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the things that helps to have a second set of hands.
Yep. Definitely.
But you can do it yourself. I've done it myself. Like, those batteries are relatively cheap to get, too.
No, they're cheap to get, but like being fast enough and not messing up the rest of the board, that was hard.
The not messing up the board part is it's the speed. Because like, I want to keep my save data, and it can only go so long without... Like, it can only go, I think, 2.75 seconds before the data deletes. Like, you gotta be fucking fast on it. But still, like, those games, as long as you take care of them, work almost forever. But then I bought Xbox 360 games that within a year, because my console wasn't online, I couldn't play anymore. Off the physical disc that took multiple gigs to install just so it would play. Like, what was I installing from the disc?
No idea. Well, probably to make it faster load time wise, but like a wise man once said, ain't that a kick in the head? Back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Then we have Davey spending time with Whitey, goes back to the rec center the next day in order to try to learn a little bit more about the sport and at the same time be blackmailed because he had stolen some peanut brittle and the cop was right there.
Yeah, but that leads to a great basketball game.
Really? Great?
I thought it was great.
It was good. I'll say it was good. Okay? We have basically what looks like Adam Sandler in his prime, kind of, 33 years old, so yeah. And he plays the game with Benjamin, the son of Jennifer. And he says he's not that good, but at the same time, they're talking about how one of the players can't play, and then they get rolled into a pickup game saying, all right, I'd like to see you actually play well. If you do, I'll eat my jockstrap. And then Adam Sandler says, you know what? We'll play. But if I win, you eat that guy's jockstrap. A really, really fat, sweaty, I don't want to say the R word, but let's say very special gentleman.
Nah, I think he was just stupid. Most people in this town seem to be just a little stupid.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing in Adam Sandler movies.
Or everybody around Adam is dumber than he is. And he's not exactly a genius either. Yeah. It's almost like he tries to make himself the star of his own movies.
Excuse me, I'm going to stab him. Shit, there's nothing around.
Haha, I recently cleaned. I got rid of all the sharp implements. Fucking threw a cow at me. Stop throwing dog toys.
Shit, now I gotta wash my hands.
Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't chew on these, but you almost knocked down her Holly's Disney Doorables.
The fuck is a Disney Doorable?
Oh, they are little tiny Disney figures that come in a little box that have a door on it. So you open the door and the little figure's hidden behind the door. It's a random figure. And she has an advent calendar for them set up on the table next to me. We also have an entire shelf of them that I installed yesterday.
I'm gonna have to start buying beanbags.
You gotta work on that aim, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you throw as well as you shoot.
That one was dead on. It was just blocked by the goddamn stand.
Yes, it was. That one would have fell right into the basket if you hadn't caught it. Same thing.
Yeah.
You got a basket.
A biscuit. A basket. A red and yellow basket. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm just making noises now.
Long live the Scat Man. Long may he be in peace. Now, Davey and Benjamin win the game, and we see the other gentleman, the red-haired dude, eating the jockstrap, and then the guy who the jockstrap belongs to says, "Why are you eating that? That's not food."
Why are you eating that? That's all he said. Why are you eating that? Kind of just like that, though.
Yeah. From there, we have Jennifer coming in because Davy told Benjamin to say, "Eat that nutsack, biatch." And then Jennifer comes in immediately angry, saying, "Benjamin!" And he gets a scolding, and he says, "Hey, we just had a little fun." He says he's not to say that kind of language. They say goodbye. Davy says, "See you later, little Shack." Then they move on. And the gentleman gets revenge by putting Davy's trailer out of commission, setting fire to it, obvious arson, and he was still eating the athletic supporter. That didn't make any sense.
I mean, it either got stuck in his throat and he couldn't spit it out, or he got enough of it down that he was starting to like the taste.
No. Okay, maybe he liked what it tastes like, but no, specifically, he was still chewing. If he wanted to, he could have stopped.
Yeah, but you saw the size of the man he took it off of. There's a lot of material. You didn't see that much hanging out of his mouth. Like, there was a lot there.
Thank God I haven't eaten. Okay, moving on.
You haven't eaten, I haven't slept. It's perfect.
On the way home, Davy goes into song about
home on the range.
No, but close. Specifically, he has a song with Jennifer about how they used to be young, and then Whitey admits that he was licked by 6 frisky deer, and he only had phone sex on the phone, never had actual sex.
Yeah. And I mean, before that, he admits to having an imaginary wife. Oh, wait, no, that comes after this song. Because it's when they get back to Whitey's house.
Then from there, they try to put out the flame. Well, not really. Okay, Davy goes straight in there. He rescues the letter he got that was literally the last thing from his parents. Then Whitey puts him up at his house. He meets Eleanor, and then we get the technical foul song.
Which is a great song. But I love when Eleanor first sees Davy in her house. So like, oh, it's a home invasion burglary.
Then she proceeds to go to the kitchen.
Don't cut my legs off.
She has a... What the hell would you call that? A strainer on her head is...
Colander.
On her head as a battle helmet, and she has a ladle for some reason. Then he says... Then Whitey says, "Alright, he's welcome in our house. I've invited him because he's got no place of his own. His place was up in flames." Then from there, we get the technical foul song, and they proceed to rest their feet inside vats of hot water.
Yes, they do enjoy a good soak. Which I don't get why you had a hard time figuring out why people soak their feet. Like, it's relaxing.
Okay, the last time I did it was specifically because I had, what's it called? Not fungus, but something on my feet.
Well, I mean, that's part of why you soak it. Like, the first time you see Whitey soaking his feet, he goes, "Bye-bye, smell," because a good foot soak helps reduce odor and clean your feet.
Oh, by the way, for some reason, our man Whitey is built like a great ape, and not in strength. I mean, he's furry all the fuck over.
Yeah. But I just thought of it. Why they soak their feet.
Let's hear it.
They're Jewish.
They're not Jewish.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whitey and Eleanor are not Jewish.
Yeah, they just enjoy a holiday.
I see. If they're Jewish, it makes more sense. The whole keep your feet clean thing, all of that.
I was thinking about it. It might also be because they both have different sized feet. Since they have different sized feet, they probably have different moments where they have too much weight on one or too much weight on the other.
True.
So maybe it's to lessen...
it could be that the giant foot is, like, they think it's an inflamed foot, because soaking your feet in hot water it helps strengthen your immunity and reduce inflammation, and it's antibacterial.
Really? I thought it was bad because of arthritis and such.
Yeah. Soaking your feet can reduce pain and swelling. Softening footbeds can help soften skin and nails. Can also help remove unwanted skin that builds up or causes pain and remove toxins. The power of Google is so fun.
Anyways, from there, we have Davy basically spending time with Eleanor and Whitey, becoming a better person little by little. He's helping him around the house, doing stuff like that, helping him do different shit.
He's doing a mitzvah.
Montage. What?
I said he's doing a mitzvah.
Yes, he is. Little blessings here and there. Then they're at the skating rink, in town, and for some reason, Whitey is fast as hell. Like, I swear, he could be the next Gretzky, or he could have been, and then, yeah, no.
Oh, that's because he used to be a hockey ref.
Yes, and for some reason, he's really good on his feet. Like,
I mean, one of his feet is basically a fucking snowboard, so...
What?
I said one of his feet is basically a snowboard, so it makes sense that he's pretty good at things that just involve sliding around on his feet.
That doesn't make sense. He doesn't have enough mass to keep going straight. Like, from both feet. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, you just plant the big one and push off with the little one.
Fine. Still.
Or vice versa. Plant the little one and push off with the big one. All that power, get that speed boost.
He was literally skating circles around everyone. He was pulling off some Olympic-style shit.
Or maybe his little foot is his strong foot.
It might be.
Look at my strong foot.
Now, after this, he gets a lift from Davey, literally putting him onto the seat. And then they proceed to tell the story of how Davey's life went from good to shit.
Yeah, basically the entire reason, apparently, that Davey became a total fucking asshole was on one of the nights of Hanukkah. They were doing the championship game for the rec center league, and his parents were on their way to the game and got hit by a truck that swerves into oncoming traffic and died. So his parents never got to see him, and even though he basically single-handedly won that game. And then, in the middle of him celebrating his win and being the awesome basketball player that he is for a 12-year-old, he gets the news that his parents are dead and immediately just closes his heart and everything. Like, he starts to hate the seasons. He starts to hate people. He hates Hanukkah especially.
He literally ostracizes himself, makes himself a pariah to the people, and decides, I'm just going to not deal with this, live my life in pain, and drink it away.
He goes with well, if I can't be happy, why should you?
Really? You want to go there? If I can't be happy, why should you?
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing. Because he's fucking miserable, especially around Hanukkah time. He makes everyone else miserable. So, like, if he's not happy, why should anyone else get to be happy?
Then from there, Davey gets
It's
drunk.
the Grinch with a Star of David.
Yeah, I agree. Then from there, Davey gets drunk as hell. He goes to the mall to see Jennifer because she works at Dunkin' Donuts. Obviously, she's not there because it's late at night and the lights are off. But he breaks in anyways. He literally walks through glass.
Yep.
From there, he proceeds to scream and start singing, Jennifer, what about this? What about that? Then he gets talked to by Victoria's Secret, Foot Locker dude, the KB Toys Soldier dudes, GNC pill bottle.
GNC bottle played by Carl Weathers. The Victoria's Secret blouse played by Tyra Banks. Joe Dante playing Foot Locker logo. You got the Sprouse twins playing the KB Toy Soldiers. Kevin Farley playing the Panda Express Panda. And I forget the others.
Larry Friedman as the coffee bean and tea leaf cup.
Aha.
And one thing though, is Kevin related to Chris?
I am not sure, but they do look alike.
They do.
So it is possible. You have the power of the Google.
I am using the power of the Google. I have the power.
Like I pulled all those names from memory.
Kevin Farley has truly established himself as a comedic presence both on the big screen and television. Born in Madison, Wisconsin to Mary Ann and Thomas Farley, who owned an oil company. Among his siblings are actors John and the late Chris Farley.
Woohoo! I mean, not woohoo that he's dead, but woohoo that he's actually related.
Seriously, not even a chuckle?
So I know what?
I said I have the power like He-Man. You didn't chuckle. You
No, not at all.
People, say ha 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 in the comments. Even if it's sarcastic, I'll take it.
Meh.
From there, we have them basically showing him, because he wouldn't pay attention, the letter from his parents saying, we love you, and we wish you a happy Hanukkah and a good life. And then he finally does it. What every man is supposed to not do, he cries.
The tears of joy.
Joy my ass. He finally feels the anguish. He lets himself through. He has a breakthrough. And then he starts to get arrested by the police.
I mean, sometimes you have to break in to break through.
That would make an awesome song.
That's a decent premise for a movie. Oh, wait. Adam Sandler already made that movie.
Okay, so, like I was saying, from there, he proceeds to latch and... What's it called? What are those things called? Esposas? Not wives, people.
Squeezy squeezies?
No! God damn it. Squeezy squeeze. The things that you put on people to keep them together.
Handcuffs.
Thank you, handcuffs. Why did I forget handcuffs? Also, yes, esposas is how you say handcuffs in Spanish. It means wives. Do with that what you will.
Is it dumb that I didn't figure out what the fuck you were saying until you said esposas? I think it's bad for me.
No, I just think it's good because you use your Spanish brain.
I don't want to use my Spanish brain.
Es demasiado tarde para eso, cabrón.
No.
Anyways, from there. Okay. From there we have Davey running to get on the bus Greyhound in order to leave. He gets on the bus, they're leaving, and then what proceeds to happen is a single thumbtack takes out 8 tires on a dually.
Yeah, one, it should be damn near impossible for a thumbtack to even affect a semi-tire, which is what buses run on. Secondly, if a single thumbtack did pop a tire, there's no way it's surviving to pop all 8 dualies, but it did. And my favorite bit of it is right afterwards when David's just like, because they're right across the street from the rec center, so he's going to run to it. And the bus driver goes, I don't know if you have a watch or not, but I should have it all fixed up in 30 minutes. How the fuck is he changing 8 goddamn tires in 30 minutes? It takes me 45 to change one, but I'm also lazy as fuck.
Okay, I agree with you just because it is annoying to unlock the inner tire. But even there, you cannot do that in 30 minutes. Hell no. You're right. Then he proceeds to run to the rec center across the snow. Also, how is this man not cold? All he's wearing is a hoodie and an outer jacket.
Bro, that's all I wear.
He's skinny. We literally saw him because he played skins and he had muscles and shit. He should be cold.
Should be. But it's also animation.
Why do you gotta bring me back to reality? Oop, there goes gravity.
Because I don't have any of Mom's spaghetti to give you.
That was a little
Meh.
eh.
I'm tired. I'm not thinking straight.
Stay away from me.
Why?
If you're not thinking straight, you're thinking. Exactly.
I mean, you're not exactly my type.
I'm not anybody's type. I'm O positive.
Well, I'm everybody's type. I'm O negative.
Okay, moving on. Yes, I know that joke was stupid, but I loved it.
Sometimes we're stupid and silly. Usually when I'm feeling this tired and jokey, it's because we're recording at 2 in the morning, not 2 in the afternoon.
It's about to be 1.
Oh, same shit.
Different day.
I've been up since 8 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yeah, you need sleep. You know what? We're wrapping this up. Basically, happy ending. Have a good night, everybody.
I mean, it's a fun movie.
Look, basically...
It has the weird happy ending that everyone expects. He gets the girl, even though they make absolutely no attempts to actually become a couple throughout the course of this movie.
Although she does like how he handles her kid, like he's being a father figure, helping him with the game and stuff, the confidence. That's probably where that started.
Possibly.
Besides that, there's a side story with the Dukesbury All-Star Patch where Whitey wants to win it and he doesn't get to do it. It's been 35 years running and he thinks this is his year. Fortunately, you'll have to watch the movie to get the end of that.
No. We'll say it. They give it to John Lovitz because he's a rich man who bought them a scoreboard.
Whose name in the movie is Tom Balthazar.
Yes. Although, you might know the character a little bit better as Mel. I think it's Mel Blanks from the Benchwarmers movies. Because realistically, like the way he's playing this character, it's the same character, except with a hook hand.
Yes, like I did not see that coming.
And they do ask the obvious question while doing the bum bitty bum bum song. Like, I wonder if that guy's ever wiped with the wrong hand. Yes. That's literally how he answered it. Yes.
As?
Well, they have it's Rob Schneider's Chinese guy character who has them.
Oh yeah.
So do your most racist Chinese. Let's see.
I'm not doing it. No.
And neither should you out there in listener land. It's racist.
He can do it because he's actually part Asian. Yes, he is. Racist. Look it up.
Yeah. Rob Schneider can do a lot of things. He's part a lot of things. Remember, that's the joys of being white. You get to fuck all the other races. Physically, mentally, financially.
Moving on. You know what? It's the holidays. This is probably the last one we're going to do that's Christmas related.
Probably, because, we had to get a musical in there for holiday. And Hanukkah. But also, I think this is the first time we've done a holiday movie that did not involve people unaliving themselves.
Holy cow, you're right.
So, there is a reason to convert to Judaism. Guys, the 2 Christian movies we did, they had the unaliving.
Or Catholicism, because, superpower. I've been alive with this man for the better part of what? Almost 10 years now?
Yeah, about.
And he's depressing as fuck. And I've still come back swinging.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mike is singing, but you get the idea.
I do that. I draw out people's anger side.
Hold on, I'm getting another beanbag.
No. Stop.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point for this one. It's fun. If you haven't seen it, you don't have to. This is probably one of the times where I would actually accept this is not one of those movies that everybody needs to see at least once. But if you're looking for a kind of sort of non-Christmas Christmas movie where the asshole is the hero and his redemption arc is just becoming slightly less of an asshole, this is the movie for you.
And this was the story for Shaun, because he's slightly less of an asshole on the holidays.
It's true. I am. I do not tell people to go fuck themselves most of Christmas.
In all seriousness, though, I actually disagree with him. I think it's actually a good one to see. Hell, I watch it every year. And not because I'm partly Jewish, it's because I actually love the humor, the comedy. I love this movie. I loved it before it got cult status.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm a hipster.
I mean, same. I've enjoyed this movie pretty much since it came out, and I do watch it whenever I see it on TV. I'm just saying that it doesn't fall in the category like so many of the movies we watch, or if you haven't seen it, you should. This is one of those, if you haven't seen it, that's your choice.
Alright, fine. I still think everybody should see it, though.
I think more people should see it, but I don't think everybody should see it.
Everybody.
I mean, if you're Jewish, you should definitely see it because it's the only good Hanukkah movie.
And with that, I wish you farewell, good night, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all that jazz.
Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Be good to one another.
Keep the faith. Have a good night.